thanks for making the time to come out to practice this morning. This is going to be hitting 201, and we have our friend Rev here. Woo!
All right, what's going on, Buffalo? How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Oh, come on! I flew all the way here, and that's all I get.
Awesome!
That's what I want to hear. All right, we're not going to be doing a lot of skating, so you guys can actually sit down. It's going to be a lot more lecture than it is skating. But we are going to do a lot of on-skate stuff later on. Basically what I want to do is I put together this class to try and teach you guys how to be better hitters and better blockers. Hitting is one of the essential parts of roller derby. You're going to get hit in roller derby, and you're going to have to take a hit in roller derby. If you do it right, you're going to survive. If you do it wrong, you're going to be sucking wind on the floor. And it sucks, all right? You guys have all had the wind knocked out of you, know what that feels like, right? What I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to effectively hit, okay? So you guys can survive in roller derby, because this is a great sport, and we do this for fun. We don't do this to kick the crap out of the ball. Some people do. First thing I want to do is I want to teach you guys how to breathe, all right? You guys are going to sit there and say, I already know how to breathe, all right? That's good. You're obviously alive if you're breathing, right? In roller derby, breathing is a really essential part, all right? Holding your breath is not what you want to do when you give a hit or take a hit, all right? Holding your breath, what it does is it fills your lungs and your diaphragm with air, and it traps it, all right? Your muscles contract, they get really tense. So what I want you to do is I want you to mouth guards, I want you to put them in your mouth, all right? Now, I can talk pretty good with my mouth guard, but if you can't understand me, I'll take it out. When you give a hit and take a hit, I want you to do this. All right? For those of you that have ever done martial arts or yoga or dynamic stretching, you know what I'm talking about. What you're doing is you're exhaling all the air that's trapped in your lungs and your diaphragm. Go ahead and do it. All right? You guys feel your core muscles tighten up? All right, what this is doing is this is actually protecting your internal organs, all right? Yeah, there's a little science in roller derby. Holy crap. This is going to help you, all right? If you hold your breath, what's going to happen is you're going to get hit, you're going to fall down, you're going to get the wind knocked out of you. Anyone ever have the wind knocked out of them? You know what it's like in roller derby. It sucks, all right? So when you give a hit and when you take a hit, remember to breathe, all right? You're going to see that person coming up. It doesn't have to be like, I mean, if you want to intimidate people, you can go, ah! You know? And they'll usually back. Nice. They'll usually back off you, you know, because you're big and scary. But, I mean, however you want to do it, just make sure that you breathe, all right? It's for your own good, all right? It's going to help you, and it's going to make you a better skater. So the first hit that I'm going to teach you guys today is the basic shoulder hit, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to get into proper derby stance right now. All right, proper derby stance, starting from the top, all right? Your head and your eyes are up, all right? And you're aware of what's going on. Your chin strap is actually a lot tighter than that one. All right. Seriously, you should not be able to do this with your helmet. That's bad, really bad. Shame on you. Shoulders are back, all right? Your arms are in the crooks of your hip, and your hands are either in between your legs, resting on your upper thighs, resting on your knee pads, all right? The reason why we're doing this is because we want you to protect your core muscles, all right? Your turn sideways. All right, you see how she's doing this right here? All right, you guys have all probably taken an elbow before by mistake, right? Yeah. We want to protect your body this way. Your hips are in line with the heels of your skates. Your shoulders are over your knees, which are just over the top of your toes. And your knees are flexed and you're slightly bent at your waist. The common mistake here is that people stand upright. When they stand upright like this, your center of gravity is up here, and it's easy to hit you down, all right? If you're down here and your butt's sticking out, your center of gravity is a lot far forward, all right? So if somebody hits you, you're gonna go forward, you're gonna go down. This right here is perfect derby stance, all right? Your body is nice and flexed, you're ready to give a hit, you're ready to take a hit. Everything is just kind of nice and zen, just kind of relaxed, all right? So from this, the first hit we're gonna teach you is the shoulder hit. All right, the shoulder hit is not the be-all, end-all hockey hit. You know, it's not going to be a hockey hit. When you're standing next to somebody, you're skating next to somebody, you're going to be really close with it. Yeah, you guys can sit down. when you're skating next to somebody, you're going to be in derby stance, all right? And to give this hit, all you're going to do is just push off on your outside foot and drive your shoulder into that person, all right? You can either drive it into the chest, or you can drive it into the shoulder. Basically, you want to hit from your shoulder to your elbow and your hip. So you're hitting like that, all right? Don't make a common mistake and don't make a common mistake and lift your foot off the ground. What that's going to do, you're going to lift your foot off the ground, it's going to throw your center of balance off. Okay? Do you guys understand that? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say center of balance?
Yeah.
Okay. If you lift your foot off the ground, you're actually losing your center of balance. Go ahead. Yeah. And she's putting her body weight here. All right? You want to keep your body weight nice and centered. So when you hit, you're just pushing off like that with your outside leg. You're driving your shoulder into that person. This is one of the bigger hits, all right? This is one of those hits where you catch that person that's not looking, and you just do a little, hey, how's it going? You're in my space, all right? I want that space, all right? It's not a be-all, end-all hit, but it is the most basic hit, all right? Now, the counter to this, the block to this, is the same exact thing, but instead of giving the hit, you're already going to be in derby stance, and you see that hit coming. What you do is just lean into that person, all right? So what you're doing is you're actually lessening the distance that that person has to line up and wind up and hit you, okay? You guys understand that?
Yep.
All right.
So I'm the hitter.
Yep.
He's receiving.
Yep. So I know the hit's coming, and I just lean into her, and now I've taken all the dynamics out of that hit by lessening the distance between it. Do you guys understand that? North and south?
Exhale.
Yes, and breathe. Cool. All right, the next hit we're going to talk about is a hip check. The hip check in roller derby is not the same as it is in hockey. All right, I've spoken to a lot of hockey people and I've spoken to a lot of roller derby people on how to essentially do the perfect hip check, and there really isn't any perfect way of doing it. It's a very individual thing. You guys know this girl that skates for Gotham? Yeah. Her name is, no, not Ginger. Thank you. You guys ever seen Beyonce give a hip check? Yes. She picks people up with her ass and throws them off. No, really. She picks people up with her ass and throws them off the rink. It's amazing. But I can't do that because it's like I don't have her ass. All right. When you're giving a hip check, all right, it's got to be the same derby stance. All right. You're going to be nice and ready like this, nice and low. But what you're going to do is you're going to put your hip into the middle of that person's thigh. Okay. It's a legal hitting zone. All right. Halfway between the knee pads and your hips is a legal hitting zone. Okay. Just so you guys understand this. One of the common mistakes is you're going to get too high, and you're just going to hit that person's butt, and you're not going to do anything. Okay? When you do it, you're going to cut across that person. So you want to kind of angle your skates so that you're going to cut across that person, and you're going to drive your butt into their mid-thigh. So what it's going to look like when you hit that person is like this. What you're essentially doing is you're trying to knock that leg out and get that person out of position. It's not a big hit. You can make it a big hit. It's really effective for that jammer that's not paying attention. When you see that jammer come in on the outside, and you just kind of skate across, and you just take him out with a hip check. All right? It's a really good hit. I love to do it all the time. It's a lot of fun. But like I said, one of the common mistakes is that people don't get low enough. You got to get lower so that you line up your hips with their mid-thigh. Now, the bad thing about the hip check is it's not for tall people. All right? Because for tall people, you got to do this. You got to get way down there to get your butt in line with like those real short people. And it sucks. It's good for short people because they're already there, you know? But for tall people, it sucks. But we have a hit for you guys. Okay? So, there really isn't any block to this. The only block to this is to just get lower. Okay? That's the only real counter to this hit.
Like get your hip up equal with theirs. So
You want to get lower. So you're going to be skating. All right. You're going to line up that hip check, just like that. Okay. Everyone see how my skates turned into the hip?